USA Speedway. You're going to see a great night of action, and it's set to get underway. Heat number 1, the USA Speedway Hobby starts. And the 64X, again a backup car to Dan Bezanson. Set to take the green. Heat number 1 for the Pro Stocks, and they're underway. Rick Burrell in trouble in the 0-2, loses a few spots as Damon Tavalaris works the inside in the number 6. Damon Tavalaris the leader, Steve Channing is second, Pete Madden is third, Bobby Gahan runs fourth, and Ken Schrader in the 64X now runs in the 5th spot. Schrader down underneath Gahan, trying to take that 4th spot away as Steve Channing and Pete Madden dice it out for second. Cross flags go up, we're halfway. Real battle from second on back as Madden seems to have won that battle on the outside in the 40s. He gets ahead of Steve Channing and takes over second. Now the race for third as Bobby Gahan works the outside of Channing in the number 50. This time by, they'll have 2 laps to go. In the turn, the 0-2 of Rick Burrell, able to get going again just off the 4th turn. White flag is up and just a lap left. Damon Tavalaris the leader. Pete Madden runs second. Bobby Gahan is third. Ken Schrader 4th. Steve Channing 5th in the number 27 as the checkered flag comes up. Tavalaris wins. And some of our Winston Cup stars on the racetrack. Driving the 0-2X, Morgan Shepherd in the 0-2X, and the yellow number 66 being driven by Geoff Bodine. Of the Winston Cup stars in this lineup. Morgan Shepherd in the 0-2X, Geoff Bodine in the 66. Lights go off on the pace car indicating we'll go green next time. Pace car goes off. We are set to go another 8-lap qualifier for the USA Speedway Pro Stocks, and the stars of the Winston Cup Series trying to qualify through these heats. Here they come. And they are underway. Phil Mullen goes to the lead. High off the second turn as Gomer Taylor looks to the inside, gets a nose down underneath. Gomer Taylor in the 0-3 takes the lead. A spin, that's the 95 of Bob Foster spinning in the turn, but backs down off the racetrack. Phil Mullen runs 4th, Paul Richardson 5th, and Morgan Shepherd in the 6th spot. Cross flags go up, we're halfway. Gomer Taylor continues to lead, Bezanson second, Scott Bonney third, Phil Mullen fourth, Paul Richardson fifth, and it's Morgan Shepherd followed by Geoff Bodine. time by. They've got 2 laps to go. Tight battle up front as now Scott Bodine looks to challenge the outside of Dan Bezanson as they race down the backstretch, less than a lap. Battle for second now. Bodine on the outside, Bezanson on the inside, and Gomer Taylor with a full mirror as they come to the checkered flag. Taylor holds on to win. We'll have to wait for the finish. Past first place, we do know that Gomer Taylor, the winner in the 03. Dan Bezanson finishes second in the 64, Scott Bodine third. Phil Mullen in the 5 was fourth, Paul Richardson fifth in the 22. Then Morgan Shepherd sixth in the 02X, and Geoff Bodine finishes seventh in the number 66. The 68 is Bob Cotton, the 05 from Litchfield, Pete Frappier. The 7M is Phil Burrill from Merrimack, Mass. The 25X from Southold, New York, that's Steve Hall. The 66 from Georgetown, Mass, that's Paul Richardson. And the 77 driven by Dale Earnhardt. That 64X that we saw Kenny Schrader in, owned and driven by Dan Bezanson, that's Dan's backup car. And the 02X that we saw Morgan Shepherd in the last heat, owned by Jerry Martell. By Dale Shaw, normally. Set to go green for another 8-lap qualifier for the Pro Stocks. Here they come. And they're underway. Tight through the first and second turn and down the backstretch. Bob Cotton, and look at Dale Earnhardt, makes a move on the inside of Pete Frappier. Bob Cotton and Phil Burrill, also Paul Richardson out there in the 66. Burrill right on the back of Bob Cotton, knocking on the door, actually gets Cotton a little loose off the turn. And Earnhardt takes that advantage and moves underneath Phil Burrill to take over the 4th spot. Meanwhile, out front, Paul Richardson well out in front in the 66. Pete Frappier runs second. Bob Cotton is third as Earnhardt tries the inside of Cotton. Paul Richardson with a good-sized lead. Frappier runs second, Bob Cotton third, and now Earnhardt will try the outside. Up on the high side, through the 3rd and 4th turn. Cross flags are up there halfway. Earnhardt makes his way on the outside of Bob Cotton to take over 3rd. Cotton goes to 4th, Phil Burrill runs in the 5th spot. There are the cross flags this time around halfway. Two laps to go. Paul Richardson, who's run strong all season here, in the number 66, continues to lead. A white flag, just a lap to go. Richardson won here on May 20th and June 15th in the Pro Stocks. Earnhardt has reeled in Pete Frappier, but he's going to run out of time as the checkered flag goes up this time. Paul Richardson showing a little bit of smoke, wins it. Frappier for second, Earnhardt third, Bob Cotton fourth, Phil Burrill fifth, Steve Hall sixth. So Dale Earnhardt showed some aggressive moves in that heat and really reeled in Pete Frappier towards the end of the race.
Hey, we are right down here trackside at Victory Lane at Lee USA Speedway. And with me is Morgan Shepherd, Winston Cup star here tonight for the Top Dog Invitational. Welcome to Lee USA Speedway.
Thank you. You know, when I walked up on that little bridge up there, that's the first time I seen this speedway, and came out here and Luckily, I did get around the racetrack and without crashing the car. Looks like you got a lot of good race cars here.
Yeah, we do. We sport a very fine pro stock division that we're pretty happy of, but you didn't do so badly. That was the first time you were on this race surface when you were out here in the heat?
That was the first time, and we made a few chassis adjustments, and hopefully I went the right way instead of the wrong way.
We'll find out soon enough.
Thank you.
You're looking for a big weekend here in New Hampshire this weekend?
Yes, these folks up here ought to be proud that they've got speedways like this, and you and over Bob Bear's Speedway there. That's going to be a fine facility when they get it all finished, and we'll look forward to coming up and visiting you a lot more.
We look forward to seeing you race in that pro stock feature tonight.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. Morgan Shepherd, ladies and gentlemen. And next up, next for the SM Top Dog Invitational tonight at Lee USA Speedway, Mr. Ken Schrader. Welcome to Lee USA.
Well, thank you very much. Golf's glad to be up here.
This, Morgan was just saying that the first time he even saw this racetrack was standing on the bridge over there. Did you have the same, let's say, disadvantage?
Well, we went from where we were signing postcards down to the car, and I never got the option to go over the bridge. We just kind of pulled out and take a look at it. So we didn't get to really see it until we were just kind of strapped in.
How's it feel out here?
Car feels real good. I made the wrong decision there with another car and kind of got bottled in there, but I'm looking forward to having a few more laps there for the feature.
How's the feel of this track? I know a lot of drivers come here for the first time. As a matter of fact, a quote that we had not too long ago was smooth as a baby's behind.
Well, it's awful smooth. It amazed me. It's just like a big circle, when you get to running it, and it's plenty wide enough that you can do some good passing, and maybe you can get somebody just in a little bit of trouble, and they got room to get saved yet. So I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm sure that, like everybody else, you're looking forward to a big weekend up here in New Hampshire.
Well, we are. We're running at the new live track Sunday in Budweiser 300. I tell you what, it's a beautiful facility. It's very nice now. They've still got a lot more work to do to it, and it's really good to see a super speedway come up this part of the country.
Well, best of luck to you tonight in the Top Dog Invitational and again Sunday up at New Hampshire International.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad everybody come out.
Ken Schrader, ladies and gentlemen. Next up here for the SM Top Dog Invitational tonight at Lee USA Speedway. Here's a guy that's familiar to New England race fans. Welcome him back to Lee USA Speedway, Geoff Bodine. Now, Geoff, no doubt back in your modified days, you probably ran here at Lee USA Speedway, but when it was more of a tri-oval. Have you ever raced since they've redone the surface here?
We ran back, 1988. We came up with another group, but a little different. We just raced with ourselves. But I remember sitting up here in the grandstand with a native New Hampshire, Lee Allard. I used to drive for him back in the early 80s. But I sat out there and watched the race. But the only race I've ever run here was 1988.
So it's going to take you a little while to get used to it, or how did it feel out there in the heat?
Well, Dale Earnhardt got a little practice. I didn't get any practice. I just had to go out in my heat race, and the car went really good. We got kind of hung up in traffic in the beginning, but it's a good car.
So you're looking forward to the Pro Stock feature, and like I've been asking the other guys, looking forward to a big weekend up here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, this is a great weekend for the race fans in New Hampshire with the new track in Loudon. Tonight here with Dale and Morgan, Kenny and I here. This is a lot of fun. How many laps is it? What's this, 500 laps? 500 miles, which is it?
I don't know, or whoever runs out of gas first, I think is how that deal works. Have you had a chance, how much time have you spent on the track up at Loudon?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not racing there. I was going to run a car, and Dale Shaw needed a car. He's racing for the points up here, so I gave him the car I was going to run. So I'm just kind of watching, signing autographs tomorrow, Sunday, and just having a good time.
Great. Gives you a little time off to vacation in New Hampshire. Well, we want to thank you for coming out tonight. Wish you best of luck in the Top Dog Invitational.
Yeah, well, thank you. All your fans go to Loudon tomorrow. My little brother Todd's racing over there. He's running really good, along with Kyle Petty. So, well, they got about 70 cars, a lot of good drivers, a lot of Winston Cup drivers in there. So, come on out this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend.
I guess it would be appropriate to say welcome home, too.
That's right. This is home. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geoff Bodine. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, Dale Earnhardt. Now, some of these other guys are saying you got a little extra time to practice out here. Is that true?
I don't know when. I ran here a couple years ago with Bouchard and Buddy Baker and Terry Labonte and them guys, and had a lot of fun then. I got a couple laps of practice in, but not as much as they did.
I think when we watched the heat, you seem to be the most aggressive of the Winston Cup guys out here. I don't know, the fans may be picking you to be the winner of this Top Dog Invitational tonight. How's it feel out here?
Well, it feels good, but you know, the guys that run here every week are pretty tough, and you know, maybe I can race these guys pretty good, but these guys that run here every week are going to be tough to beat.
And it's a big weekend here in New Hampshire. Everybody's looking forward to that inaugural show up at New Hampshire International this weekend, and I'm sure you are too.
Well, we are. It's a great place to race. They built a super racetrack up there. I'm looking forward to running up there Sunday. Our car's running great today in practice, but I'm looking forward even more to hopefully bring the Winston Cup cars up here next year. You know, the New England states have got a lot of good racing up here and good race fans, and I think they pull a heck of a crowd out here, and we can put on a good show for the fans. It'd be a great place to race.
Well, what have you had any time to do anything in New England since you've been up here?
Well, we've just, you know, been up here since Wednesday. We went into Springfield, Mass, and did an autograph session, and we've just been enjoying the place, having dinner here and there, and hadn't had much time really going over the track and getting the car ready and everything, but you know, I've always enjoyed coming up here. It's a lot cooler up here than it is home. It was 100 degrees when we left home, so the weather's nice up here.
So maybe if we could persuade NASCAR to get that 4th of July weekend Winston Cup race in New England, it might feel a little more comfortable.
Well, I think it'd be super, you know, as far as the heat. I like running Daytona July 4th, though, so we have to keep it there, and then we'll come up here the week after to cool off.
All right. Well, best of luck tonight, and best of luck Sunday up at New Hampshire International.
Well, win, lose, or draw, we're going to have a good time. That's what we're here for.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dale Earnhardt.
Keep your eye on the Winston Cup star, part of the Top Dog Invitational. Morgan Shepherd in the 02X, Ken Schrader in the 64X, Dale Earnhardt in the 77X, and Geoff Bodine in the yellow number 66. Set to take the green. Essam presents the Top Dog Invitational. Here they come, and there's the green flag. They are underway and already trouble in the turn. Geoff Bodine in the wall in turn number 1, and the caution flag comes out. Trouble on the backstretch, the 22 of Paul Richardson. Yellow flag comes out. That's Bodine up against the wall between the first and second turn. He's able to drive away. Appears to be a flat tire. Flat left rear in Bodine's number 66. He makes his way down the backstretch. So trouble before we even complete a lap. Bodine puts the Bob Cabral number 66 into the pits. And here's hoping a repair can be made. Steve Channing takes the number 27 into the pit area. Field has shown the furled green, indicating we'll go back green flag racing. And here they come. And the pro stocks are underway. Tight through the first and second turn and on down the backstretch. Damon Tavalaris leads. Bob Cotton in the 68 down underneath. Phil Mullen trying to take over the second spot. Dan Bazanson in the 64 goes for third underneath Mullen. Phil Burrell right there. And now Ken Schrader on the move in the 64X. Bobby Gahan in trouble, and the number 50 drops to the inside of the racetrack. Appears to be getting back up to speed. Here comes the leader off the fourth turn, Damon Tavalaris. Cotton runs second. Dan Bazanson is third. Pete Badger's fourth. Phil Burrell is fifth, and Ken Schrader runs in the sixth spot. Wayne Hellowell seventh. Burrill way up high, and he'll pull out in the 7M. Bill Burrill is out of it. Tavalaris continues to lead. Bob Cotton runs second. They're starting to pull away from the rest of the field. As Dan Bazanson runs third. Pete Madden is fourth. Ken Schrader is fifth. Wayne Hellowell sixth. Pete Rapier seventh. Race off before turning down the front stretch. Now a battle between the two Bazanson cars as Dan Bazanson tries to hold off his backup car with Ken Schrader at the wheel. Schrader right on the back bumper. Wayne Hellowell is sixth. Pete Rapier is seventh. Bill Mullen is eighth. Scott Bonney ninth. Paul Richardson is 10th. And Dale Earnhardt runs 11th. Morgan Shepherd is 12th. Schrader looking to make a move down underneath Dan Bazanson on the backstretch. Schrader going for that fourth spot down underneath Dan Bazanson. Schrader gets underneath and takes over fourth. Bazanson goes to fifth. Wayne Hellowell sixth. Pete Rapier in the 05 is seventh. Paul Richardson is eighth. Scott Bonney runs ninth. Bill Mullen is 10th. Now Dale Earnhardt starts to move on the outside of Mullen. Trying to take over that spot. A spin in the turn. That's Weston Saunders at number 96. Damon Tavalaris looking for his first feature win in the Pro Stocks after being the 1989 Street Stock champion, and the number 6 continues to lead. Tavalaris the leader. Bob Cotton runs second. Ken Schrader is third, right there knocking on the door as we're at the halfway point. 15 down and 15 to go. Schrader runs third, right on the back bumper of Bob Cotton. Then Pete Madden in the 40 is fourth. Dan Bazanson in the 64 is fifth. Wayne Hellowell is sixth in the 77. Caution flag comes out. The 02X of Morgan Shepherd in trouble up in the second turn. Set to take the green, and they do. Bob Cotton up on the outside of Damon Tavalaris. Races for the lead as they head on down the backstretch. Schrader continues to run third. Dan Bazanson is fourth. Now Wayne Hellowell on the move in the 77. Schrader looks to the inside of Bob Cotton on the backstretch. Gets the nose down underneath and takes over the second spot. Schrader goes to second and now looks underneath Damon Tavalaris. Tavalaris in the 6. Continues to lead. Ken Schrader runs second. Bob Cotton is third. Dan Bazanson is fourth. Paul Richardson runs fifth on the outside. Wayne Hellowell sixth in the 77. laps to go this time by, 10 to go. And it appears that Damon Tavolaris has that Zelonis excavating car number 6 hooked up tonight. Now, Schrader looks to the inside of Tavolaris, hangs tough in the turn. They race off to the 4th turn. Schrader makes a move on the inside and takes the lead. Ken Schrader, the new leader. Damon Tavolaris goes to 2nd. Bob Cotton is 3rd. A battle for 4th with Paul Richardson up on the outside of Dan Bazanson. He takes over the 4th spot. Bazanson goes to 5th. Wayne Hellowell is 6th. And Dale Earnhardt battles with Scott Bonney as the caution flag comes out. Pete Madden spun on the backstretch in the number 40. Brings out the caution flag with 22 laps complete. Ken Schrader, the new leader. 21 laps complete. And 9 to go. A 9-lap sprint to the finish. Schrader and Tavolaris in the front row. Then Cotton and Bazanson. Paul Richardson and Wayne Hellowell. Scott Bonney and Dale Earnhardt. Pete Frappier and Dick Byron. Phil Mullen and Morgan Shepherd make up the next row. Here they come. No start as the yellow comes back out. Schrader on it just a little too soon. Joe Callan seemed a little more polite that time than he does some of the other times when he warns the drivers. Set to take the green this time. And there's the green flag. They're back underway. A good start. And Schrader gets the lead back. Tavolaris. Oh, and Bob Cotton and Damon Tavolaris get together in the turn. Several cars involved. Caution comes out. Morgan Shepherd up there. Paul Richardson in the 22. Also Steve Hall. And of course Damon Tavolaris. Laps down, 9 to go in the Top Dog Invitational Pro Stock feature event here at Lee USA Speedway. Now the Dan Bazanson team cars line up side by side as they plan their strategy for the restart. Schrader and Bazanson. Does Ken Schrader want to give Dan Bazanson his first feature win of the season here at Lee? For letting him use the car somehow? I don't think so. And that's fairly evident as Dan Bazanson gets the jump and the caution flag stays out. And Ken Schrader says, hey, I got warned last time. We don't get on it till we're in the turn. Dan Bazanson is thinking, if I'm going to get beat, I might as well get beat by Ken Schrader. Not all that many guys can say that. All right, now we're set for the restart. Here they come. And there's the green flag. Schrader to the lead again. Now Paul Richardson down underneath Dan Bazanson, trying to take the 2nd spot away. And does. Dan Bazanson stuck up on the outside. Richardson goes to 2nd. Schrader continues to lead. Now Dale Earnhardt goes to 3rd as Dan Bazanson goes back to 4th. Schrader the leader. Richardson runs 2nd. Dale Earnhardt is 3rd. Dan Bazanson runs 4th. Pete Frappier and Wayne Hellowell dice it out for 5th spot. One, two, three. They begin to pull away as now Paul Richardson looks to the outside. Earnhardt gets down underneath Richardson. The battle for 2nd as Earnhardt goes underneath. Only 6 laps left. Earnhardt down underneath Paul Richardson. They're coming up on lap traffic. Tight through the lap traffic. Richardson tries to hold him off. Oh, and Earnhardt and Richardson get together. Dick Byron in the wall hard. And the red flag comes out. Red flag comes out as Dick Byron gets in the wall hard. In turn number 1.
Right. Richardson had no business being up 3-1.
Meanwhile, Paul Richardson and Dale Earnhardt were dicing it out for second spot. And safety crews go to the scene up in turn number 1.
Boy, he hit hard. Whoa.
And unfortunately, a red flag condition so that we can get the safety crews out onto the racetrack. And the word from the scene is that Dick Byron is okay. Just shaken up a little bit. But he is okay, and it'll take a couple minutes to get out of the car. I'm sure he got his bell rung. The way he hit that, actually hit the cement retaining wall in turn 1 on the driver's side, which is always very dangerous. And luckily, the word is that he's okay. Lights go off on the Scott Pontiac Lee USA Speedway pace car, indicating we'll go back to green flag racing next. The strategy. Ken Schrader, who has driven every kind of race car imaginable, has the local veteran, Paul Richardson, on the outside. Here they come into the turn. And there's the green flag. Richardson tries to motor by and takes the lead. Oh, Schrader and Richardson get together in the turn. They're in the wall. Caution flag comes out. And Dale Earnhardt inherits the lead. Again, Paul Richardson trying to hold his ground, and Ken Schrader trying to get a nose down underneath. They got together in the turn, and it appears that Schrader maybe got the worst of that as he climbs out of the car. He's okay, but we'll survey the damage to the right front of the 64X. Pace car goes off. Set for the restart. Dale Earnhardt and Dan Bazanson in the front row. Looks like Danny's a little anxious. And no start. Dale Earnhardt says, well, boys, I'm not going to let him get going like that. This time we look for Dale Earnhardt to take the jump. As they are set to restart, here they come. At speed, and there's the green. And Dale Earnhardt leads off the turn and gets the lead back. Dan Bazanson goes to second, Wayne Hellowell third, and Pete Frappier is fourth. So Dale Earnhardt, the last of the Winston Cup drivers, basically through attrition of this Top Dog Invitational, continues to lead and open himself up a good lead. Now 5 laps to go. The battle's for second as Dan Bazanson tries to hold off Wayne Hellowell. Hellowell pulls to the outside. And gets by Bazanson to take over second. Bazanson goes to third. Now Pete Frappier will work the outside of Dan Bazanson, trying to take that third spot away. This time by, Earnhardt will get 2 laps to go. 2 laps left.
07. Dale Earnhardt, Wayne Hellwell, Pete Madden, Pete Frappier, I'm sorry, in the 05. Earnhardt takes the checkerboard. We need a representative from Essems Packing, please, to start finish line.
You'll see the same thing Sunday.
We have some security, please. A police officer down here at the start finish line, please.
Down here, playing as the center point studio. I think in just a moment, we're going to get a word about feature win. Congratulated by Ken Schrader here in Victory Lane. We're going to have him come on over here and join us side of the 77X. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Top Dog Invitational feature winner, Dale Earnhardt. Congratulations.
You know, Wayne and all the guys with the car said the motor was a little bit down in this car, but I don't think I needed any more motor. It was spinning off the corner anyway. But you know, the track's great and the car ran great. We'll stay on the bottom after we just worked through there. Rich and then Kenny got in trouble there, and we got under that and didn't get into it. So we just smooth sailing from there on. Wayne's come along behind me. I was worried about him. I could hear him, but I couldn't see him.
Well, it's kind of an attrition deal here, as you were the last of the Winston Cup drivers to survive. How was it coming up through the pack?
Well, it was a little bit rough there for a while, but I just kept dodging and getting through the wrecks okay, and you know, we just had to watch it as we went, and we just sort of played, you know, take it easy and watch. We didn't have a rear view mirror in this car, and I'm not used to that, so we did pretty good even though we got to leave behind us.
Did the engine sound a little bit sour towards the end there?
Well, it had broke header on it all night, so it just kept me awake. It wasn't too much problem.
Well, hey, congratulations. I think the fans are pretty happy tonight, huh? Ken Schrader is here, and one of the guys that got bit by the attrition tonight. What did happen out there?
We just got to arguing over space, and I figured if I wasn't gonna finish, he wasn't gonna finish either. So we both wound up. I learned that from Dale, you know.
You got some congratulatory words for your fellow Winston Cup driver here?
Well, he did it like he does every week. He did a hell of a job. You know, I looked up in the mirror and there at, I knew the 6'6" or whatever number was beside us. And I saw Dale behind us, and I said, damn, I'd rather see anybody than Dale behind me. But I knew we'd have to run. You know, I didn't want to see them yellows, but he can drive anything.
That's for sure, and he proved it here tonight. I want to thank you for coming out.
Okay, thank you much. Y'all got a neat place here.
Thank you very much. Ken Schrader, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne, you got to be pretty happy that one of those 77s finished up at Victory Lane tonight.
Yeah, but it was the wrong one.
How tough was it out there tonight? I mean, attrition took its toll on this field.
Yeah, it was getting rough. I didn't know which way to go there for a while. I got up against the wall once, bent the front end a little bit, but I wanted him in that last lap. I just couldn't run him down.
Well, congratulations to you and the crew for fielding both of these cars tonight. I think it was an admirable finish for you, and certainly a big win for Dale tonight. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it tonight. Matt, I had a great night here, and we're going to go on up to Loudon and have a good time tomorrow qualifying. See you up there.
Dale Earnhardt, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's SM Top Dog Invitational feature winner.